Good morning. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. I hope you're having a great morning across the world. Welcome. Good morning. Hope you're ready with your coffee and your bagel. We have some great stuff on the live stream today. I hope that you guys are ready. I have a little bit of a teaser for you guys as well. We'll be having a teaser today. We'll be having a teaser next week. And then, in a little bit, you will know when things go kawabanga. So if you are ready for this live stream, or if you are not ready, put your hands up, man. Put your hands up, because EGA is about to fly to the moon, touch the sky, and come back to Earth. So, announcement a little later. Got to tease you guys a little bit more before, we actually announce. But you guys will be the first people to see this teaser. And, it's just a small teaser. It's nothing crazy. Well, that's going to be in a little bit. I want to definitely go through a couple of things first. A little bit of a life update. Your boy just got back his final grade for one of his exams. And, of course, your boy got an A for his grade. So, got a nice 96% for this final. Really ecstatic and pleased. This was the quantitative finance class, so these were some of the questions that, it's a lot statistics related questions. So, like p-values and stuff like that. If you're a statistics major, you would understand what I'm talking about. Like, for example, analysts test profitability of a trading strategy, blah, blah, blah. What is the most likely outcome, for this, what would you do, and da-da-da, and here's a scatter plot. Tell me what is the the possible closest value, and da-da-da, and, just a whole bunch of... This question, though, number 7, got me tripping, bro. Look at the length of this question. This was nuts. Actually, the answer wasn't even that hard. It looked hard, but then it was a multiple parts question all the way through 15? Yeah. It was like 7 to 14. This was 7 questions. One little scenario like this one. This one got me tripping for a second. But, I pulled through. Got a 96% on this class, so I'm not that worried. I just did another final today. So, I'm done with the second quarter of my master's program. And it's going to be great because I get a little bit of a holiday. And then I start again in January, mid. And so... Still keeping on that 4.0 right now. Let's hope that the second class goes okay as well. I just submitted the final a little earlier today, about 12 hours. Maybe 6 hours ago? Yeah, I submitted it 6 hours ago. So really excited that, my finals are over, and now I can finally concentrate 100 million% of my effort building what is about to come. Not that I haven't been, it's just that I can now fully devote my energy to it. I've been sleeping like 3-4 hours the past 4 to 5 nights studying for these finals, because the Masters finals, man, they're on another level somehow. Like, it seems like easy stuff, but it's not. It's like, it can get pretty overwhelming sometimes. But, I'm happy that I got an A for one of them, and I'm waiting for the results on the second one. So, if you're happy for me, smash the like button. Love all of you guys. Thank you for tuning into the stream and being a part of my life. I love giving you guys updates. And today, sometime at noon, or maybe a little later than noon PST, we will be making announcements on Instagram. And also, I'll show you guys a little bit of a teaser of what's to come a little later once we have more people on the stream. All right, cool. So we'll be doing a couple of things today. We'll have Shopify intrinsic valuation. We'll do the pre-market update first. There's a lot of things to do. I'm even going to go through the 10Q with you guys, the third quarter earnings report. We'll go through some key things. Also, a new watch list is up. If you guys don't already have access to it, make sure you click the link in the chat. I pinned the post to this list right here. These are our picks for today, or things that we're watching more like. Here's the catalyst. Here's the risk opinions. If you click on all of them, they have charts. You can click and see the charts. What are we looking at? Why are we looking at it that way? So, feel free to have a look at everything over here. I'll go through these in a second and kind of give you guys the play-by-play on those. Let's first look at the news here. Vaccinating billions means finding ways around a patent impasse. Hong Kong, okay. Global stocks advance. So we have a Fed meeting ahead, and then also we have a stimulus vote that's going to be happening. So definitely expect some kind of rapid movement within the markets today, tomorrow, and the day after. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, nothing else here. It's funny how they posted an article about this. The Queen's Gambit chess boom moves online. This was interesting. A lot of people started playing chess after they started watching that show. They were like, if this girl can do it, we can do it too. Damn straight, girls can do as much as guys can. Of course they can. You know, it's just a matter of how much they persevere. And you can see the main takeaway from the Queen's Gambit, if you watch the whole series, is she persevered. She never gave up against that Russian guy, and she won in the end. Oh shit, I shouldn't spoil it for you guys. Sorry. I totally spoiled it. I'm just gonna shut my mouth now. U.S. stock futures rise as investors await stimulus deal here on Wall Street Journals. That's what they're saying as well. American outdoor brand Tilray. Okay, so this is one thing that we have on our watch list that you should be aware of. Tilray is, ACB is on our watch list as a sympathy play. There is news of Afria and Tilray merger, so you might want to watch that one. It's part of our watch list today, so I hope that you guys take into account this one. Remember, once again, if you want access to this watch list, it's on my Twitter. It's also in the chat. I've pinned it as a post. You can access it anytime. Okay, this is the kind of we're calling it the snipe list. We're just gonna call it the snipe list from now on. It's a sniper list. Snipe list. Snipe list EGA official. Boom. There you go. Easy. You guys like that? Snipe list? In that a cool name? Okay. Let's see. Massachusetts regulator to file complaint against Robinhood. Good. Lucky I put all my money on Robinhood. MSCI drops Chinese stocks on U.S. blacklist. Oh wow. What? Damn, that's crazy. Didn't expect that. That's actually big. This is a big one, guys. Interesting. So, okay, I have spoken about this. Actually, this was one of the reasons why I was buying Chinese stocks at the start of the year. I've spoken about MSCI, and at the start of the year, it was part of my report. Now, I don't know if many of you guys remember this, but MSCI is the Morgan Stanley Capital Investment kind of division. Now, they don't actually belong to Morgan Stanley. Okay, it's actually a subsidiary. But what happened was at the start of the year, MSCI, they actually started putting Chinese stocks within these indexes that people could buy. And even though there was a big movement, like, oh no, we're not going to invest in Chinese stocks, like screw China, no, we're not going to do this and not going to do that. A lot of people were buying these indexes without realizing that they were actually buying into Chinese stocks, and that was one of the reasons why Chinese stocks were pushing a lot this year. If you look at KWEB, the whole basis of KWEB moving was because a lot of people were piling into MSCI indexes without knowing they were buying Chinese stocks, because they made out a very small percentage of the index holdings. So now that they've been delisted, this is actually going to cause a natural pressure or a capital flow out of these Chinese stocks, which should have already happened actually. Yeah, and you can see this. They've started to offload. So let's have a look at KWEB as a whole first. Yeah, you can see this is, oh, KWEB is actually looking beautiful here. Nice little trend forming. For people who ask how I get my wedges to be so symmetrical, I have a very easy method for you guys. Always form the downtrend first, like this, and then pull the trend line from the exact opposite vertical distance. This will always make sure that you have the correct distance from this end. And then once you pull one side, you can pull the other side to meet them here. Now, once you have done this, then you start to align. Now you start to align these candlesticks or the wicks of the candlesticks. And then you realize, oh, maybe I need to move this up a little bit more. And then you adjust it here. Okay, so then, okay, you have one side here. Now you can adjust the other side and make it a perfectly symmetrical triangle. So you can see the line meets up there. So that's good. And then you start to move this down over here to align it with these candlesticks here. You will reject these values here as a breakout pattern that didn't really stick. So this is a kind of a cool tip for you if you are trying to figure out like how to do these perfectly symmetrical triangles, or how do I do it. You know, you line one side up first, and then you pull the other side as a direct vertical distance from here. You can see there's a line, right? You see this line right here? I line it up exactly to that line above it. You see that? So that way I can pull the distance from here to here. Just thought I should, you know, kind of mention that. So you can see K-Web here is actually consolidating into a pennant or a you know, ascending wedge. This is actually a bullish pattern. So we'll see what happens here. We'll keep track of K-Web. What is K-Web? K-Web is the China Internet ETF by Crane Shares. This is just a portfolio manager. I made a killing on this year. You know, played this one at the start of the year. Bought these indexes as part of my portfolio when, you know, everything was dying. Right somewhere here, I started loading up shares, and then I sold at the top here, offloaded all my positions after I pulled all my money out of before I pulled all my money from Robinhood. So now I am waiting on TD Ameritrade and IBKR. Well, I already funded IBKR, but it's still, they have not approved me for options trading. For those people who are wondering why I haven't been trading, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I've been hung up by brokers. I'm waiting for TD Ameritrade Singapore to first of all get back to me, which they replied me an email, I want to say 2 days ago, and told me that my account should be up and running within the month. But then, I don't know, I don't trust them because they always say that shit and then they never do it. So I'm going to wait and be patient because I need to get a better broker. Robinhood sucks, and I knew that for a while. I was using TD Ameritrade for the longest time. But then after I moved out of America, I had no choice but to use Robinhood because they only allow you to use one broker at a time, which is weird. But yeah, it happens to international people. Okay. December Fed meeting to focus on asset purchases. We got to watch this as well. You know, exactly how much the Fed is going to pull off from the balance sheet or they're going to put on their balance sheet is an important thing here. You know, what exactly are they going to put? Why is this not signed in? Well, that's annoying. Huh. Okay. Let me just fix this real quick because it has to be fixed. See, the great thing is I get access to Wall Street Journal from my school, so it's like a free subscription. That's what I love about this. It'll take like a second here. Okay, cool. We'll go see something else in the meantime. All right, pre-market movers here. Let's have a look at the heat map. And I'll be answering your questions in the chat a little bit later. I know you guys have questions there. Make sure you put it in the chat. And then I want to say, you know, in about 15 minutes, right before I do the Shopify breakdown, I will make the announcement that I was supposed to make, okay? So for everybody who's excited about the announcement, make sure you smash the like button. Okay, what is this? Twitter, up 3%. Apple also moving pretty much higher from yesterday's session at 127. Pre-market's down 0.11%. I didn't see how the market was doing this morning. Actually holding steady, not really crazy anything. Just consolidating. I'd say it's a nice little setup here. Okay, cool. Apart from that, Charter Communications, ADI, whatever this is. What is this here? NTAP, NetApp, and Arista Networks. These are up about 2-3%. What's this one here? CMS Energy, whatever that is. Okay, cool. How's the 1 week performance of the indexes? You can see Disney popped 13% on good news. Oracle up 4-5%. Apple about 3%. AMD on a tear, and Ceilings as well. I think these two go in hand because of the merger. Loews, ADVI. This one was on last week's watch list. I don't know if you guys remember. Eli Lilly. Bunch of companies moved this week. Good picks. Cool. All right. Pre-market here. Wayfair up 7%. Why is this? I have no idea. Let's see. Any news? I guess. Okay, I'll have to look at the Wayfair news later. I'm not sure why it popped. You know, so much. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Was that just? Huh. Okay. Capri, Floor & Decker, Allen, Hess. Don't know what these are. This must be a REIT. Six Flags up 5.5%. Apple, Hospitality, Penumbra, Moderna down 4%. Etsy down 1.8%. Okay. On this one, we have Tilray up 27%. Wow, Tilray up 27%. That's good. I would say it might be a good time to start, taking mini positions in some hedges. It's not a bad idea to take hedge positions here. Market can't go up forever. Not really forever, but you get what I'm saying. It's like I think we had an up wave. We need a down wave to continue up running. So I would say hedging is a good idea here. Okay, nothing much here. Afria. So Afria and Tilray up here. So this is the reason why we picked ACB. Sympathy play on the merger Afria and Tilray. Okay, what's ACB? Aurora Cannabis. Okay. There we go. Now we're in. Cool. So this will give us better. Okay, cool. Wall Street Journal. U.S. retail sales fell 1.1%. Oh, okay. We're down 1%. Oh, wow. That's actually interesting. Huh. Retail sales down 1%. I'm going to have to read into this a little bit and see how bad it was. By the way, guys, just letting you know once again, if you want access to this list, it's on the chat. You can click the link in the chat and it'll bring you straight to this list. So make sure that if you want to look at what we're looking at in a little bit, click on the link in the list so you can have a look at it right before I get into it. I always find it's good to read this before I go through it because I move pretty fast with them, just in an effort to keep this live stream well greased. Oops. Okay, cool. So that's that, and that's that. And okay. So, should I go through the snipe list first, or should I do the announcement first? It's just I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a tease. It's really a tease, but it's a nice tease though. At least today you're gonna know the date that we're gonna come up with everything, and that's really what this announcement is about. But I would like you guys to see, and then obviously watch my Instagram later. I'm gonna be also releasing something new on the Instagram channel later. So what do you guys want? You guys want me to go through the snipe list first or do the announcement first? What do you guys want? What do you guys want? Come on. Tell me. Nobody? Announcement. Okay. I see some announcements. Announcement? Give us the news, Papa. All right, are you guys ready? All right, fine. Let's do it. You guys are the first ones to see it. So this will be posted on Instagram later as well. But all right then. You guys ready? It's really 11 seconds, but I want you guys to see it anyway. And now the cat's out of the bag. So on January 1st, 2021, we are going to be launching a brand new EGA redefined version 2.0. I feel like you guys should see that again because you know what? This video took a hell of a long time to make, to be honest. It wasn't easy putting all these faces together. One more time? Alright, I think that was the second time definitely got you guys. So, I am proud to announce that Everyday Growth Advisors will be going live with a 2.0 version, and we will be going live on the 1st of January 2021 with a bang. Now, I'm going to come out with more details next week and the week after, but I want to definitely, give you guys a heads up. Who are those people? You would recognize some of them. They are actually Everyday Growth Advisors mentees, people who have taken the mentorship course and have been very kind enough to say a couple of nice things. So yeah, those people are actually people who have taken the mentorship course, and they're part of the EGA alumni community. So you know, I had to reach out to a lot of different people and get that video done. So that 11 seconds of glory has taken actually a couple of hours of work. I know it looks like it's a very like quick video, but I'm gonna have another video put out on Instagram later as well. So make sure that you watch that one as well. A little bit of a teaser announcement. They look like actors. Some of them are. You would recognize some of them if you've seen them before. If you're part of if you're part of the mentorship course and you look at some of the live trading sessions that we have, some people show their faces, and you would recognize them. But I think for majority of you guys, because you've never seen the EGA alumni, why are you not in it? You can be in it. By the way, open a little bit of a open mic session for you guys. If you are interested and you're a past EGA alumni and you want to reach out to us to give a video testimonial, which by the way we would strongly appreciate. Like I'm seriously, I cannot stress how important this is to us. Reach out to me on Discord or Instagram, and you know, it's just as simple as recording a 30-second video about your experience taking the mentorship course. We really appreciate these testimonials that we received, and we want more of them because we want people to understand, you know, how effective this mentorship program has been for people who have taken the course. And this really goes in line with what we're trying to do for 2021, which is a lot of big things. And so, if you sincerely want to help us out, I would reach out to me on Instagram or Discord. And I can give you a little bit of a short direction on how you could go about doing so, and that would be super appreciative. So I really appreciate you guys if you do come forward to do it. If you don't, that's the reason why I had to reach out to people, and me and my team had to reach out to people, and so we highly super appreciate it. Okay, awesome. Now we move on to the juicy stuff on the snipe list. So first up on the snipe list today, we have Apple. So Apple here broke out of a bullish pennant and has been running ever since. From here we see targets at in this red box. So those are our demand supply zone 129, 135. We have that as the zone. Pretty much here, 129, 135, somewhere in this region, right? Bullish news on the increased iPhone production. That's what's pushing this along. Looking for a continuation play. That's what we're looking for. But we also would wait for a pullback to enter. That's the EGA risk opinion. Okay, the risk favors the upside, but we see a big possibility of rejection at the resistance. So be very careful with this one. I can already see market makers possibly pushing the price down just so they can get better entries themselves. So be really careful here. There is a potential of a 5% upside from here to the top of the supply zone over here. So I thought I should just highlight that over there. So Apple is a momentum play. Okay, it's a momentum play. We saw huge volumes come in, above average volume. OBV has been pointing up. This has a possibility to keep running, but we want to see a pullback before it does so. Okay, so let me get my little trusty pen here. So we want to see kind of a pullback to this level here, and then another wave up here. So wait for that pullback, and then wait for that upside there. So that's our opinion. As we said, be very careful. Stock has already run 3%. Wait for the pullback, and then you enter. You click on this link, you'll get the same chart so that you can have a look at it. Okay. Cool. Next one, ACB. We just mentioned this one very briefly earlier. Aurora Cannabis. This one has had. This is a sympathy play on the merger between Tilray and Afria. Okay. We feel like this one might run along with them. the great thing about this stock is that it's been consolidating in a bullish pennant pattern. So you can see almost like that. And so we see the consolidation continuing here and a possible breakout to the upside. Now this one is a 30% upside with, if we count the supply zone to be up, way up here, the immediate supply zone though is going to be down here at this level here. So this is your immediate supply zone, which is up here. So from there to here, you have actually realistically a 16% upside. So this is a possible mover as well, and pre-market it's up a little bit already. So this may move further if more volume and momentum come in. Okay. So the risk to reward ratio favors the upside. If volume joins the party, this may be a good momentum play. This is what we are talking about in the EGA risk opinion. Okay. So remember that you read these because these are super important, and then these are the catalysts for them. Okay. You click on this, you get the link for that as well. Okay. So you know, we like to do things all fine and dandy now. You know, who's been really liking this new structure of the live stream? I really want to hear from you guys. You know, go ahead, type in the chat, and you know, let me know what do you guys think about this new structure? Like, do you guys like it better like this, where we go through the snipe list, and you know, we you know, like obviously the snipe list has been killing it recently. Last week we had a 4 out of 6. In fact, a 5 out of 6. The week before we had a 4 out of 6. You know, we've been doing more than a 50% success rate on these snipe lists. And if you have been liking it, make sure that you smash the like button on the stream, because you know we really enjoy doing this for you guys and finding these high success rate setups. So let us know how you feel. All right, next, AMD. This one has been on the watch list for about 2 weeks now. Semiconductor cyclical cycle. Okay. And then we have currently recovering, bouncing back from the cyclical downturn in the boom phase. Bull flag breakout. This is a picture perfect setup. Okay, look at the picture perfect setup on AMD here. It's beautiful. Bull flag breakout, and this one now, it could continue running up to the upside. This would be where I see it running to, about $100. But I would say, as you can see, my opinion is we make a little bit of a dip first before bouncing and then hitting to the upside. Okay. So we actually find this a much better scenario to take after the dip. But in the event, you know, the EGA risk opinion here is bullish flow is betting on the upside. Be very cautious, and the risk to reward ratio here favors the downside. Okay. So we actually feel like this one is the risk to reward ratio is better on the downside. And I can see market makers possibly pushing this down, you know, to get better entries and kind of squeezing these last minute people who are joining in here. Although we have been seeing increasing volume here, so you know, a little bit of a hybrid signal here, but it's a picture perfect bull flag breakout here. So that's your AMD. Next is Amazon. Okay, and we've been watching Amazon for a while. Remember, guys, we've been watching Amazon. I've been telling you guys, let it marinate, and it continues to consolidate. We were here the last time. We came down here. I said we got to still marinate. We came up here. Now we're coming down. We're going to marinate and marinate and marinate. As I said, we may continue to consolidate until a violent breakout. Okay. Now, if we break out earlier, I feel like, you know, it may be a false breakout somewhere here into this little bit of a supply zone, and then a snap sell-off back. So be extremely careful with the snap sell-off, because you see Amazon does this from time to time. Okay, it does it. Be extremely careful. So you got to know this stock intimately. It has the capability of buying up very quickly and then selling off abruptly. Okay. Now, what we recommend for this one is a long debit spread or a short credit spread. And out of both of them, I recommend a short credit spread, where you can sell a call and sell a put and you buy a put at the same time. Thus, you know, giving you a possible a credit spread on your opportunity. As long as the sole put that you bought has a higher premium, you should be fine. Okay. So sell that put a little closer to the money, and you should be okay. Buy the further output to pretty much cover your bases if something goes wrong majorly. Okay. So then that way you have a collateral on your short put, and you know you can exit that position if you get into a sticky situation. Okay. So that's what we feel here. So bullish pendant breakout incoming. Let this one marinate, but it will violently break out when it does. Prepare yourself and position yourself with the bullish swing opportunity. This one is a marinade. Okay, marinade. Oh, damn, that's too bright. Oh my goodness. No, no, no. This is too bright, man. Wow. There we go. A little better. This one's gonna burn my eyes, bro. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, marinade. FSLR, First Solar. Now, bullish news for solar and wind sector. Tax credit extension from the House Senate could send this one flying up. Cup and handle breakout in the 1 hour. That's our catalyst. So have a look at this one, FSLR. Nice cup and handle here, if you have a look at it. Right? And then the breakout from the cup and handle. You see that? So this one may make a run up to the, I want to say 96 to 98 level here, which is the previous resistance. If we can smash through these, there was an insane amount of volume that came in past few days, well, yesterday or the day before, upon this strong support here. And so pre-market's already up at 91.88. This one may continue to run to the upside all the way to 96. This is a good bullish opportunity if momentum comes in and plays its part. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, risk to reward ratio here favors the upside. We say wait for the pullback and then entry at a scale, like you scale in slowly, one contract by one contract, or you can also take one contract now, wait, and then take another contract, and then wait, and then take another contract, and scale in. And then when you come out closer to here, you sell one contract, sell another one, and then sell another one, and all out over here. Okay? That's how we would play that one. NEO is the last one. NEO has had a NEO Day event, which is coming on January 9th. And so remember, these kinds of things are usually catalysts. We're looking to play the run-up till the event. This has a falling wedge pattern, a possible breakout to the upside after a massive squeeze down. So have a look at this picture perfect one. Another picture perfect scenario here. Nice falling wedge. Squeeze, 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 and then breakout, boom, to the upside. Okay, this is usually a very bullish movement. A falling wedge, you find a support like this, you know, strong support, bounce, and then to the upside. Okay, so we see a potential target 13% up at the 48 to 51 range, but then it has to blast through this resistance and this resistance and this resistance, which is a dual zone, to get there. Okay. Is the ACB price wrong? Why is the ACB price wrong? Oh, yeah, ACB price is wrong. Oops. Oopsies. I did a poopsie. Yeah, I think I did. Let's see. I'll fix it. Oh, man. Let me fix that real quick. I think I must have copied it over wrongly. Okay, your supply zone's at 11 to 12. And your demand zone is at this level here, which is 9 to 10. All right, cool. There we go. Fixed. Everything else should be okay here. All right, coolio. So risk to reward ratio for here for NEO, it favors the upside, but you know entering on a break would be a good idea. So you have to scale in and set a tight stop loss, because why? This is still in a downtrend. Remember to be extremely careful on NEO, because this is still a downtrend and it could break to the down as well. Okay, So don't be going ham on this one, okay? Wait for the confirmation, the break, and then a bounce, and then you can enter, okay? Cool. The writing's kind of blurry on my screen. What's the resistance breakout level on NEO? NEO resistance is 52.54, but then we want to enter a little earlier than that. So the resistance breakout that you should enter on is around 46 or so. That's where I would play it. 46.20, 46.30, something like that. Which means you need a $2 move up with momentum before you decide to get into this one. All right, awesome. That concludes the snipe list for today. Let's have a look at some of the insider traders. The Waltons continue to offload massive amounts of shares. Costco, let's have a look. Oh, wait a minute. Let's make sure that the date is, yeah, okay. So this was 2 days ago. General Motors offloading, executive vice president offloading some shares, 22,000 shares. Not really that big of an amount, like less than 1 million. Costco, executive vice president offloading some. Another executive vice president unloading some. Pfizer, okay. Walmart. The Waltons from Walmart continue to offload shares. They've been doing this for a while now. Yeah, man. Now, one thing I must say about offloading of shares. Remember one thing. This is done in two methods. It's either they agree. Remember, these guys, they can't just go and sell shares whenever they want. Okay? That's a common misconception. The reason why we track this is to see whether they're hitting a performance bonus. Like usually these people who are part of these huge companies and they're directors or owners, they have a performance kind of a tag. So for example, if Walmart hits share price 152, then I am authorized to sell this many shares. It's a pre-agreement that is part of their compensation package. Okay, so that's sometimes the reason why they can sell shares at a certain price. Okay, remember this. It's not that they're offloading shares because they can. They have to schedule this ahead of time. They can't just sell shares whenever they want. When you are the CEO or leader of a company, you can't just sell shares. Oh, I'm going to sell shares today. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to schedule these months in advance. Okay, so even though this looks shady, you have to realize that this is probably performance based. Okay, like if the share price hits 147, I will sell this many shares in this many tranches, this many times, and da da da. Okay, so apart from that, not really much over here. Mark Zuckerberg continues to offload some shares as well. About 13 million more share, $13 million worth more shares. He's been offloading quite a bit of shares. I'm guessing that he's hit some performance bonus. Cool. All right. Okay, now let's go through the SPY, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones technical update here. So we're still in this ascending pattern here with SPY. Looking at this retracement here, obviously extension here would mean we would extend up to the 380 level if we break out of this ascending triangle that we've been in. Okay, and then on the daily chart you can see this is a nice little trend line, but I want to say this one's no longer valid. Yeah, this is more like just gonna be almost like a V-shaped pattern here. A rejection is possible here. It's possible. A rejection here, a retracement down back to the 23.6. That would be the level. Well, at least this region here. So demand zone's now gonna be right here. This is now going to become demand zone for SPY. 23.6, 354 here. It's going to be the demand zone. Not much else, honestly. I honestly prefer betting on the downside than the upside right now. It makes more sense. Definitely makes more money sense to bet on the downside. I think that if you guys are buying into bullish positions right now, be very cautious. Do not swing them. Remember, majority of the picks on the watch list are meant to be day trades or momentum plays. Okay. Don't be swinging positions overnight, especially crazy like bullish positions. I wouldn't recommend it. I would just say day trade as much as possible right now because this is the season to be day trading. Okay. This is the season to be day trading. La 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 la. Don't commit yourself to overnight swings and then get into these troubles. In fact, I was just talking to somebody about this. It's something that we should definitely be watching out for. Be extremely careful. Okay, that's SPY. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq was the same thing. We actually bounced on the support level here. And so this is now going to be validated as a support. And I don't think we need this anymore. Don't need that anymore. This is forming this here. We'll get rid of this. I feel like we may come down with this one. Possible double top. If we do, then this is going to come down to this level would be the new levels of support here. QQQ at 292. This would be a obvious region here for support. It's like it'll be like a quick little sell-off and then a rebuy again. So yeah, it might not be like a crazy sell-off. I would say quick rebuy in this zone. It also coincides with the 50 moving average, which will continue to slope up here. And the DIA, oops. DIA looking like a strong uptrend. I think this one's going to actually potentially break out here. Looks like a strong consolidation, you know. Feels like it just wants to like run. Yeah, this is a ascending kind of a pattern here. Seen this a lot of times. This always ends up in a bullish run. But then, you know, if the pressure from QQQ and SPY push the stocks down, then this one's going to come along with it. So be careful. Be careful. Okay, overall, I think betting to the downside here is a smart idea. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't take overly bullish positions, especially like, you know, if you're playing Apple and AMD and whatnot. You really don't want to overcommit. First of all, you don't want to be like overbearingly overweight. You want to control your risk, day trade, and avoid swing trading in this environment. You never want to buy on a wave up. You always want to buy on a wave down. And this is a wave up, my friends. All right. Cool. Okay, so that's that. Now, Shopify. Damn, we've been on the roll today, huh? We've been going non-stop with this live stream. It's been insane. I'm going to take a quick sip of water here. How are you guys doing today? Let me read some of this chat too. Damn. Good morning, good morning. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Though we know you would. Congrats. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Amazon, do you think it broke out of a wedge or maybe has another leg down to squeeze? It has another leg down to squeeze. That's my opinion. Nothing's a tendency to shoot up the move down test 200 EMA. Do you think it's potentially a bearish play? Yep, I think so. If the indexes cooperate and we see NASDAQ sell off, then absolutely it will be a bearish play, right? So try to use your best judgment there. Congrats with the school, big time. Thank you, Morris. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm trying to hold in there with that 4.0, man. It's tough when you're doing your masters. Like, bachelor's was still okay. And then I still didn't manage to get a 4.0 for my bachelor's. Like I had like a 3.85 or something like that. But still, I was in a finance program, and it was it was actually pretty competitive. TradingView has a new desktop format. Really? How do you get that? Let me know how you get the desktop format. I wonder what that is. Announcement. Let's go. Who are these people? Why am I not in it? Once again, guys, I want to make a quick little announcement. If you are an EGA mentee, like a person who is from the previous waves, please reach out to me. I would really love to hear from you. And if you can do a 30-second video testimonial, and if you require some kind of obviously I haven't given any incentives to people to do it, but if you want to be incentivized to do it, then let me know. But honestly, I would prefer it if it came from your heart rather than me incentivizing you. But if you're the sort of person that works on incentives, then I'm willing to give an incentive. Something small as a gesture of my appreciation. Okay, I'm not gonna say what, but depending on how big your heart is, then maybe my heart and my hands may slip a little open. So. I want to see a gesture of goodwill, and then my gesture of goodwill is usually much bigger. So that would be truly appreciated. Reach out to me and tell me if you're willing to do it. That would be awesome. I would love to use your video testimonials along with the various other people who have submitted theirs. Video deserves a like on its own. Thank you. I guess I'm too ugly for prime time. Nah, man. You can wear a mask. How about you wear a mask if you think so? I'm just kidding. It's going to be epic. Absolutely. Facebook 350 calls for March. Maybe. Jason, that's a bit too far out for me to even say anything about it. Car 115. Okay. Thank you, Shoei. Appreciate that $2 donation. Thank you very much. New structure is great. Thank you. Mr. Spy QQQ Technicals. Just did it, Sebly. Especially for you. Just did it. Organized and grounded. Awesome, Anders. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you like the new stream format. Sniperless, awesome. Is the ACB part? Yep, we got that. Okay. It's now great time to buy Baba long shares. Yes, it is. It is a great time to buy Baba long shares. I absolutely think so. The golden cross should occur soon on Neo. Do you see the same? Not yet. Not just yet. On which time frame were you looking? You mean on a lower time frame? You mean 15-minute time frame? Maybe. Wait for the confirmation though. For the candlesticks to trade above the moving averages. All is well. Alright, TradingView desktop app link. Okay, I'll find that out later. Bought Apple 130 calls expiring December 24. What are some questions to ask before I sell these? Possibly today. What are some questions to ask before I sell these? You have to ask yourself. I think you should sell those, to be honest. I would sell those. Just got here. What did I miss? You missed the announcement, and I'll play it just for you because I like it. That's right. There you go. One more time, just for you, man. That was a quick little recap for you on what you missed. Intel 51 call 115 breaking out of a bull flag 15-minute OBV pointing up as well. That looks good. 15-minute though, oof. It's looking good. Okay. Yeah, this may be a decent play. I like it. Possible cup and handle farming. I would say, yeah, this might not be a bad idea, but then I would say wait a little bit though. Wait for that breakout so that you can take this to the upside. That's what I would do. Okay, sorry, we have 10 minutes left. I answered some of the questions in the chat. Let me get to the Shopify valuation. First things first, so I'm going to do a Spark valuation here, do it as quickly as possible. So Shopify, the company and the ticker that we are following this week. On Monday, I showed you guys what segments the business operates within. Shopify runs online stores and provides all kinds of infrastructure from cloud servicing to analytics to running of the actual store and website design and integration with developers to run these stores. Now, there are a couple of things that you need to note about this company in terms of fundamental valuation here, okay? The company has an awesome quick and current ratio, more than sufficient assets over liabilities, but this number is a little high for a specific reason. I'll get to that in a second once I show you the Q3 and the reason why this happened. The debt to equity level is also therefore skewed because of this reason. However, revenues have been growing at a 59% rate at the 3-year annualized. If you take into account the 10-year annualized forecast, I am forecasting this year's revenues to grow at a 70% rate, and then followed by 50% next year, drop off to 35, being very conservative here, okay? Ultimately consolidating into a 20% terminal growth rate, okay, for our revenue growth. EBITDA is going to be a little bit all over the place here based on the projection for the expense here. Now, CapEx at a average 5% over the next 10 years, working capital at 3.1%, depreciation and amortization at 2.2% based on their forecast in the 10Q, and the tax rate at 26%. The discount rate is going to be between 8.5 to 9.5. This is a business that actually has significant operating expenses, and I'll show you that in a second as well. So that gives us a terminal value of a revenue exit multiple of between 9.2 to 10.2. Okay, this puts the Shopify fair value estimate at 1123.39, and I have gone ahead and put that into our stream running, the Sniper's fair value estimate right here. Okay, so this is the latest estimate here. It's on 12/16. This is the valuation we did, and I've also gone ahead and penned it down into our chart. So our chart shows Shopify here. Remember, I told you guys I'm looking at a Shopify. And this makes perfect sense because the stock has been tumbling between these two levels, between 880 and exactly the intrinsic valuation. You can see where our intrinsic valuation of the stock is right there. The market has not been giving this company a very high risk premium. Therefore, every time it reaches close to an intrinsic valuation, it's been selling off. So our intrinsic valuation at 1123 has been penned in here, and we'll see and continue to see how the stock performs. Now, a rejection within the supply zone will send the stock further down again, back to the 960 range, and we'll see the consolidation continue. Okay, but however, do note that this stock is in a strong uptrend based on previous chart patterns, which are down here. Okay, so the stock is still in a uptrend. Okay, from there. All right, cool. Now, revenues have been growing at a pretty substantial rate. You can see they're almost doubling through revenues, with the exception 2019 and then 2020. They've slowed. They are probably going to grow at a much higher pace here. Okay, in terms of important highlights from the Q3 report. A few things that were great. First things first, revenues are up 96% from the year before. Subscription solutions are up 48%. Okay, and then the monthly recurring revenue is up 47%, which is great. Okay. Net income is now positive. This company wasn't turning a positive net income, and now they are. Okay, they begin to roll out a buy now, pay later scheme. And then one of the important ones over here were them integrating Shopify within TikTok, which was here. Shopify launched a TikTok channel enabling merchants to market their products using TikTok for business. Merchants are now able to create in-feed video ads that autoplay between videos while users scroll through their For You page. Shopify and TikTok will also collaborate to test new commerce features over the coming months that will further empower merchants to expand their paid and organic reach on profiles. Now, this thing has a positive impact and a negative impact, okay? So, the positive impact is that TikTok has a big user base, which means the bigger user base you have, the more eyeballs you have. The more eyeballs you have, the more potential for conversion you have into paid dollars. But, at the same time, I don't think that TikTok is a very efficient monetization platform. That is just what I have to say about this, okay? But I do see this as a positive synergy more than a negative synergy, because if anything, it drives business to Shopify, okay? So this is one thing notable from Q3 that you should have read, and if you didn't read, this is something that may be a catalyst into the future, okay? These are the kinds of things you need to look for when you're reading these reports, okay? These are important things, all right? Apart from that, you guys were wondering, or rather I was about to tell you why they have such a high, a high quick ratio, a current ratio, and a low debt ratio. So the reason for this is because they had a massive share offering in Q2 this year. Okay, they sold Class A and some other shares here. You'll see. I swear it was somewhere here. Okay, anyway, it's somewhere here. I just don't know where it went. But you can see it on their balance sheet and the statement of cash flow. So I'll show it to you in a second. So sometimes you don't know what's going on. So let me show you. Sometimes you need to do a little bit of like investigation, you know. It's kind of like forensics. You're looking at this, but what the heck are you finding, right? Well, what are you looking at? First of all, the first thing you want to look at when you look at a balance sheet like this, or, you know, this is a consolidated statement of operations. This is not a balance sheet, but this is more like a summary of the business. Every business does this differently. And so over here you have subscription solutions. This is money in, right? This is money out. This is what it costs to get this, right? Cost of revenues. This is the cost to drive this. So the cost of this is roughly about half, right? And then on top of that, you have operating expenses, which is sales and marketing, research development, general sales, and then transaction and loan losses. And so the total income, you see, it went from a loss the past 3 times, right, to now finally a positive here, okay? Which is a good thing, okay? So now their net income is finally actually in a positive territory. They have other net income as well, okay? So they're in a positive net income territory finally after, you know, being in a loss from year over year. So now they're finally turning a profit, okay? Now, how do you look at, so look at this here. So cash and cash equivalents went up from 2 billion to 6 billion. Why did that happen? You can see cash went from 6 billion to 3 billion. This is important to know. What happened here? How did they get so much of cash? You can look at the marketable securities here went up by that much as well. So they actually they put majority of the money into marketable securities. These are usually risk-free assets like bonds or things that they can liquidate really easily. And then trade in other receivables, which are 109. So this makes up part of their other income, okay? This is usually interest accrued or coupon payments on bonds, something like that, okay? And then merchant cash advances, this is money that was paid to them already, okay? Income tax receivable, and then you can see PPE stays the same. All of this, majority of this one stays the same, right? So where did that money come from? Then you have to go to the statement of cash flows and look at the cash flows from investing activities, which is where you can see purchase of marketable securities. Last year they purchased 2 billion and this year they purchased 3 billion, okay? And they also had proceeds. So then you look at financing activities. They had proceeds from public equity offerings, and you can see last year they sold 688 million, and this year they sold 2.5 billion worth of equity. Okay, so that's how you can see and get to the bottom of these things. All right, it's not hocus pocus. This is important. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to show you that where that came from. This is a good thing. They're sitting with $6 billion in cash. This company has a lot of money. All in all, this is a solid business. Is it close to intrinsic valuation? Absolutely. What's the upside? The upside is pretty slim at 4.6%, but it doesn't mean it can't run. So within our margin of safety, I wouldn't trade this right here, or I wouldn't invest in it right here. I would wait for a better offer like 1,000 or 960. This is more of the range at where I would buy Shopify if it comes down a little bit more. Present me a unique opportunity to buy this stock at a discount. The ideal zone would be to purchase it within this demand zone at 960, 880, 960. This level here would be the ideal spot. Okay, cool. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the live stream. Have a great day. I'll see you guys on Friday. Look at my Instagram today. Make sure that you look at it sometime after lunch. I'm going to be making some announcements there. Another video will be posted there as well as the announcement video. So, hope you guys are ready for what's coming. Big things are on the way. Love all of you guys and peace out. Have a happy trading session. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.